Good evening, and today I will be discussing Pixels Across Borders, the Globalization of Video Games by me, Jacob Nathan A. Naval, for the subject Contemporary World. So, the phenomenon of video gaming has transcended boundaries, both geographical and cultural, to become a global industry with vast economic and social implications. This research paper aims to explore how globalization has shaped the video game industry, impacting its development, distribution, and consumption. By examining the historical context, cultural exchanges, economic impacts, and technological advancements, we can understand the multifaceted effects of globalization on video games and envision the future trajectory of this dynamic medium. First thing is the evolution of global gaming. Then let's proceed with the historical overview of the video game industry. So the origins of the video games can be traced back to the late 20th century with the emergence of arcade games in the 70s. Pioneering games like Pong and Space Invaders laid the groundwork for the industry, captivating audiences with their innovative gameplay. In the 1980s saw the transition to home consoles with the iconic systems such as Nintendo Entertainment System, Sega Genesis, and other traditional video game consoles at the time. These consoles brought video gaming into households worldwide, creating franchises like you see here, Super Mario, and how it established itself as one of the most influential games of all time. And now we proceed with the milestones in the global spread of video games. The global spread of video games can be attributed to several milestones. The first is the success of the Japanese developers in the 80s and 90s, with companies like Nintendo, Sega, and Sony played a pivotal role in popularizing video games worldwide. Western developers followed soon with their success, and now they've created different blockbuster games that targeted almost everyone in the market. Now, major gaming events such as the Electronic Entertainment Expo, Tokyo Game Show, and Gamescoms have further facilitated the international exchange of ideas and innovations in the game industries. These events provide platforms for developers to showcase their latest creations, fostering global collaborations and partnerships to a wider audience from all corners of the globe. And now I will be discussing cultural exchange through video games. First is how video games reflect and influence different cultures. So video games serves as a medium for cultural exchange and influencing diverse cultures. For instance, the game you see here is titled Ghost of Tsushima. It meticulously recreates feudal Japan, complete with authentic architecture, clothing, and landscapes. The attention to detail enhances the player's experience and fosters a deeper connection to the culture being represented. And next is the examples of cultural diversity in popular video games. So nowadays, several popular video games celebrate cultural diversity and inclusivity. The game you see here is called Overwatch, developed by Blizzard Entertainment. It features a diverse cast of characters from different backgrounds, each with unique abilities and stories. This diversity promotes representation and exclusivity, resonating with players from various cultural backgrounds. So as you can see here, the different characters are represented with different ethnicities and different character archetypes. It's not your typical straightforward character of a male and female that is being the male being very muscular and the female very soft and feminine looking. And as you can see here, we have one female that's almost like a male with incredibly large muscles, and we have another male here that looks severely short for a male. Next would be the economic impact of global gaming. The global gaming market has experienced exponential growth, becoming a multi-billion dollar industry. According to industry reports, the global gaming market was valued over 150 billion United States dollars in 2020, with projections indicating continued growth. And as of now, it is rumored to be expected that the game industries would reach over 300 billion by the end of the year. And now we will proceed with the technological advancements driven by globalization. So technological advancements have driven the evolution of video gaming, enabling more immersive and sophisticated experiences. Graphics technology has significantly advanced, with high definition and 4K visuals becoming standard in modern games. And as you can see here, the two characters are literally the same with decades of technology apart. The first one set back in the 80s and now created in the mid 2000s. And as you can see, one looks pixelated and the one looks hyper realistic to the point that it looks like an actual person. This is how far technology has come in video games. Not only did the visuals improve, but also the equipment used in video games has significantly advanced as well with the use of virtual reality and augmented reality. They have offered players with new ways to experience games. Devices like the Oculus Rift, PlayStation VR, and Microsoft HoloLens have introduced immersive gaming experiences that blur the line between virtual and physical realities. Proceeding towards the analysis, we have positive effects and negative effects. The first positive effect is enhanced cultural understanding and appreciation. With how diverse and accessible video games are nowadays, it's easy to implement different cultures and, and other nations being involved in one video game. This in turn could lead to more cultural appreciation with how accessible it is for everyone to see and witness. However, one negative effect of this is cultural homogenization. With how accessible video games are, it's easy to be dominated with one cultural norm in the industry. Given how influential the Western market is, they could completely overshadow certain cultures from different parts of the world, and it would lead to players experiencing just one pivotal culture. And then another positive effect is economic growth and job opportunities or creations. Given that this is an entire industry itself, it's obvious that you could find yourself work here and create new job opportunities, as this is a separate market from industrial ones. And lastly is the last negative effect would be exploitation within the gaming industry. So with all industries, there are different exploitations and ethical concerns, just like any other industry. So it's a given that there are negative effects to this towards the different workers in the game industry. So what are the recommendations? First is incorporate cultural experts. What better way to learn about a culture than from the experts themselves who have probably lived their whole life within that culture? Next is diversify development teams. Like the first recommendation earlier, it's important to have your team being as diverse as possible, as this could lead to different cultures merging together, and that could create a potentially good result and a better game overall. Next is engage players. The best way to engage players is to immerse them with relatable characters and an engaging story that can in turn show cultural appreciation. And lastly, strengthen industry standards. So we have to emphasize the importance of culture and maintaining culture within its ethical and moral rights, and it has to be accurate as possible whenever we represent that culture, and that should be the industry norm by now. So, in conclusion, globalization has transformed video games into a medium that transcends entertainment, shaping how we perceive and interact with different cultures. By addressing challenges and embracing diversity, the industry can continue to thrive as a global force for good. The way ahead lies in fostering inclusivity, celebrating cultural uniqueness, and ensuring that every pixel tells a story worth sharing. Video games can become a beacon of unity in a world often divided, bridging gaps and building understanding through play. And here are the references used for this research. And that is all, folks. Thank you for listening to my presentation.